Hey everyone, guess is back. It's the commish back here with another draft preview, and it's our last draft preview for Tier 3. It's going to be Center Tiger 21 and our longest standing member in Tier 3. She's entering her fourth year here into Tier 3. There's a lot of teams that come in the first year and make the leap. Sometimes that's just because retired teams happen or people quit or whatever the case may be. But I think that's going to get harder and harder as we progress. So, if there ever was a year that potentially Sinner Tiger 21 might have a chance, it could be potentially this year. And let's have a look why. Okay. So, I'm just going to share my screen and we'll get right into the preview here for Sinner Tiger 21. First off, looking at the keepers, nice balance, right? So, you got Josh Jacobs, Green Bay. He should still be heavily involved. I'm not completely sold on Jordan Love as a quarterback. So, obviously they are going to utilize Jacobs a lot. He's always been steady and reliable as a running back in the NFL. You got Ramondre Stevenson. It'll be curious to see if he still gets the bulk of the workload there or now Travian Henderson running into year two, whether or not he's going to get more snaps, more carries, which potentially could happen. You got a couple of wide receivers here. T. Higgins. Obviously Jamar Chase is the number one in Cincy, which does leave Higgins a little bit more open. You got to think on one coverages on the other side. Michael Pittman, now Pittsburgh Steeler. We'll have to see how he performs with A-Rod throwing the ball. Aaron Rodgers pretty particular with his wide receivers, so as long as he can get on Aaron Rodgers' good side early on, he might be able to get a lot of that volume that Rodgers likes to stick to with his favorite receivers. Jake Ferguson at tight end for Dallas. Kid had a good year last year. We'll have to see if Ferguson will be able to continue that. I know they did draft a tight end, or a tight end came in, rookie. And then Josh Hines Allen as your IDP pass rusher for Jacksonville, a guy that's a little bit underrated in my opinion. When we look at who else could potentially be keeper for you, it's Jalen Hurts, obviously, a quarterback. Kyle Monangai, running back for Chicago, could be considered. Looking at IDP, you probably got, well, Jack Campbell. Why aren't you keeping Jack Campbell? That one makes no sense to me. You should be keeping Jack Campbell. I mean, this guy, if you look at, Fantasy Pros or anything like that, he's considered one of the best linebackers to have. You also have CJ Stroud and Tyler Algier as potential keepers as well. That you should probably consider, looking at Stevenson, Pittman, Ferguson, who knows, right? I mean, obviously they're all around that same range. Looking at your 2025 recap, 10th place last year. So again, kind of a struggling finish. You were a Hugh Jackson Award candidate again. I think it's 3 years in a row you've been a candidate. It would be cool to see you get out of that standing. Last season, you were 5-9, and I've already mentioned it here at the beginning. This is year four for you, and you are the longest standing member in Tier 3. The draft pick scenarios where things get good for you this year, two firsts, right? Like that's gonna be very important. Two fourths, two fifths. The picks you have are first and fourth overall. That's huge, right? So I think you have a great chance there to really help the roster, which is a balanced roster right now. So, again, when you think about who you're going to pick, and we'll get into that in a moment, the balanced roster definitely helps. You see, I have in question marks there. Is this the year? I think this is the best year you've ever had in order to try to move up. Likely first pick because of the balanced roster. Again, I got best available. I will mention McBride actually was now a keeper for Cannonballs after he watched his preview, which makes sense. So McBride's not available now as a projected pick, but Jeremiah Love would be, and so would CD Lamb. So the person not keeping CD Lamb, if he's available, I think you have to go CD at one, or you go Jeremiah Love. It's going to be a tough one because if you're trying to get up to tier two this year, you got to go with the person that's going to give you the best success this year. And honestly, I think that's CD Lamb. If I believe it's Lucas Thompson who has him decides not to keep him. Anyway, Sinner Tiger 21, it is a pleasure having you in the league. We pretty much got your entire family up in here. And, I'd love to see you join your hubby in tier two, give him the competition he needs and hopefully be able to smack him around a couple games a year. Anyways, good luck this year. Again, I think this is a great chance for you.